What if Clone Riggy never existed? Well, not only would certain theorists be happy, but around 80% of Shorts Wars would be gone. Hi, my name's Distractalore or King Boba Fett, and I make videos about stuff on YouTube, like the one you're watching right now. And if you enjoy this content, then please consider subscribing. Yeah, all the way back at the very beginning of Shorts Wars, it all starts with the boss handing out emails as Clone VPN, tricking various creators. If they sign up, then their firewall gets taken down, and the cloning machine can clone them. Like Johnny Razor sees the email and accepts the sponsorship deal, it then takes down his firewall and he gets a clone. Same happens with Bundan, Riggy, and so on. Their firewalls are taken down and they get clones, ending with Clone Riggy. And the machine cannot figure out if he's a rabbit or a monkey, and so the machine kind of glitches out and teleports this glitchy Clone Riggy, leaving the machine needing maintenance. This is when the what if question comes into play. If Dana was actually successful and stopped Riggy from pressing the button, then Clone Riggy would have never been made, and the machine would have never freaked out. We also know later down the line in Season 1, Royal Pier reveals to the audience the boss's master plan, saying this:
"And it looks like it's getting ready to clone every Shorts YouTuber."
So if the machine never shut down, then would it go on to clone thousands of Shorts creators? I mean, that would really put an emphasis on the war part of Shorts Wars, but I don't think that would happen, because also in this audio playback, Royal Pier says this:
"All of them have codes. It seems like whoever uses the code sends more energy to the cloning machine, and it looks like it's getting ready to clone every Shorts YouTuber."
It's sending energy to the machine?
Yes, but I think only when someone uses a code to sign up for the VPN.
Before Season 1 even starts, the boss has a master plan, but he simply doesn't have the resources to complete it. So he has to take his plan and split into two phases. The first phase is what we see in Rebirth, where the boss has to actually email the creators to take down their firewall and then get them cloned. And using the clones, he spreads these codes around and has the clones tell the viewers to use the code, which helps give the machine more power, which would allow him to go into phase 2, where he actually gets to clone all Shorts creators, bypassing the firewall since it has enough power. This is all to say that if Clone Riggy was never created and the machine never shut down and needed maintenance, then it would still be done. This is where it would end, because this is the end of phase 1. It would not yet be ready to clone all Shorts creators. From here on out, I think the season would play normally until we get to the Where Did Riggy Go .mp4 video, because in this video it shows Riggy escaping and then helping Royal Pier escape. But if Dano stopped Riggy in the first place and Clone Riggy was never created, then Dano and Riggy would have never been involved in Shorts Wars, meaning that Royal Pier would be tied up all by himself. So would that be the end of it? Would Royal Pier remain stuck while the boss fully initiates his plan, cloning thousands of Shorts creators? Well, I don't really think so. The clones do not have a good record when tying people up. I mean, heck, this joke reoccurs in Season 2.
Is it just me, or clones like really bad at tying knots?
And because Royal Melon literally doesn't have hands, yeah, I think Royal Pier will find a way to escape from these ropes. So then he would search for an escape, find the cloning machine room, which in the actual Shorts Wars is something that he actually wants to go and shut down. It was his idea. He would go in and figure out the master plan, hear a knock on the door, panic, and then he would be the one to warn Joe Kane, and he would be the one to make the flash drive, and then Royal Melon would finally barge in. In the original, Royal Melon and Clone Riggy barge in and see Riggy and Royal Pier, but this time it would just be Royal Melon. So Royal Pier would probably throw the flash drive into the teleporter, giving it to Johnny Razor, meaning that everything would go on as normal. The creators would then fight their clones, just like how they would do in the actual Season 1, and we then get to this scene. Yeah, without Riggy involved, things could potentially go exactly the way Season 1 has went. So where's this big change that I'm talking about? How is around 80% of Shorts Wars different? Well, it's time to finally get into that. You see, the boss tells Royal Pier's clone to self-destruct, and that's when we get this scene right here.
Wait, where are you going?
If I'm going down, I'm taking Clone VPN with me.
No, we were gonna share the channel. It was gonna be perfect.
Don't worry, I want this.
Wait, no!
Stay original, buddy.
No!
Boss, no! I've got you!
Yeah, Clone Riggy swoops in and saves the boss. You might know where I'm going with this. If Clone Riggy never existed, then the boss would never be teleported safely out and would have died, which means that Shorts Wars would have ended with Season 1. There would have never been that post-credit scene, and Season 2 would have never began. But what about Francis Dave, I hear you asking? Well, we know that Francis Dave's soul is actually in the machine, and if the machine never glitched out, then Francis Dave's soul would have never panicked and put himself into someone else, meaning Francis Dave would still be in the machine during season 1. And when the facility blew up, Francis Dave would have also died. But wait, what about C-Dot? We know that in season 2 in the playback facility video that he was always there all the way back in season 1. Well, C-Dot is a double agent whose whole goal is to take down the boss. And well, with the boss gone, his goal is kind of complete. He would have found Royal Melon in the destruction, saved him with the Pokeball, and probably just returned Royal Melon to Royal Pier. And that whole arc would have been done. So that's it. Besides Royal Melon, all of the clones are dead, along with the boss, and even the secret main antagonist, Francis Dave, without anyone alive even knowing about his existence. Yeah, I hope you liked that theory video. If you did, please consider subscribing. And hey, if you want to see Clone Riggy, well, he will be making a short appearance in Short Wars Season 4, which is our fan project. And if you want to learn more, click on the video on screen here. Wait, what do you mean that Clone Riggy has appeared in Dano's most recent short?